Hey folks, this week on Let's Fish TV, I'm Captain E. I'm taking you to Murrells Inlet, my backyard. We're gonna go out there and chase some of those flatfish. It is the best time of the year. If you wanna catch numbers, now is the time to do it. We're gonna grab some live menhaden, we're gonna have some voodoo shrimp. We're gonna get rigged up and go out and have a great time. But we're also gonna be bringing you some reports from all over, so don't go anywhere. Let's Fish TV is on the air now.
Got him!
Look at that big fella right there.
Oh my goodness.
Woo! Look at that slab of rooski.
There we go. There's one. Oh, that's a good one there.
All right, folks. Hey, it's my pleasure. I'm Captain E, and I'm sitting back in this week for Andrew Upshaw as your host of Let's Fish TV. And once again, you know I'm bringing you to my backwoods, my waters, everything that I love right here in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. And one thing that I love about Murrells Inlet, South Carolina that I wanted to share with y'all for a while is my good buddy Jack Burton sitting right beside me, the golf cart Jack. And I'll tell you what, we are spoiled in Murrells Inlet. And this is why you should come visit us, because you don't have to walk to your truck. You got Jack. What's up, buddy?
Oh yeah, hi.
Hey man, I'll tell you what. Now Jack can not only get you back and forth from your vehicle to your boat, but he gives you good reports, don't you?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, give me a good report that we can share with the listeners.
Well, the good thing now is that the boats that get out to 3 Mile Reef, we got the Spanish mackerel catch that's doing real well out there.
Yep.
Also, they're getting some bonitas, and every so often when they can get out to Belky Bear, the king mackerel has slowly coming back in. And then inshore, the flounder catch has been real good. They're getting a lot of small ones, but they also getting some nice keepers. They're getting some redfish keepers. They also getting some
Weak fish, right?
fish. Yeah, absolutely. Wheat fish.
Now remember, folks, South Carolina, North Carolina in particular, one per person. Yep. One per person. Well, you know what? You did touch on something that we're going to do today, folks, and it's my pleasure to take you flounder fishing. You know I love doing it. We're going to head out and go do some flounder fishing. We're going to get Jack to take us down there to the boat, head out there, and we're going to have a great time. But also, during today's show, we're going to have great reports from all over the Southeast and all over the Southwest. We're going to let you know what's happening on your body of water as well. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Hopefully we'll be out there tangled up with a big old flounder. Yep, I got him. Holy mackerel. Here, come get video of this. Stay where you are. Yeah, just stay where you are and I'll bring them to you. Just watch. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Wow. All right, slide the bucket over there. All right, we're going fishing, boys. Wow, nice size. All right, I'm gonna get the net put away while the chef is back there getting rods ready. Now that we are certain that we've got some good live bait, we got the menhaden, and I'll tell you, your deep dive app today was all over it. Sunshiny, beautiful day. Water clarity here is perfect, and it's gonna be some great action. Now that we've got our artificials, we got our live baits, we got everything that we need to have a good time flounder fishing here in Murrells Inlet, South Carolina. So let's head out to the spot and see what we got on the end of the line.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my favorite part of the show, the Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Coastal Fishing Report. This segment's brought to you by me, Captain Patrick Arneson with Ugly Fishing. You can check out my website at uglyfishing.com. You can book online as well as some money-saving opportunities on the homepage with Salt's Gone, LureNet.com, and Pure Flats Fishing, creator of the Slick Lure. Hey y'all, along the Alabama Gulf Coast, the speckled trout fishing has been wide open. Alabama and Mississippi Gulf Coast, the Barrier Islands is really the place to be. Anywhere you have sand bottom or shell bottom or grass bottom, feed these fish some top waters, big soft plastics, or live croakers, and you're going to find yourself some speckled trout that are willing to get in the boat with you. Outside of that, the flounder bite is improving. Redfish are kind of scattered in amongst the speckled trout. If you want to get more specific on the redfish, you can get into the marsh areas and also focus there around the shell beds as well. Great places to target redfish right now. Along the Georgia coast, those guys are starting to chase those sharks along the coastal areas. Shrimp boats and stuff starting to hold those sharks. The inshore, the speckled trout, redfish bite is really kicking off, as well as the flounder. So hey y'all, thanks for checking out this week's report. Y'all remember to only keep what you need, leave the rest, and God bless, guys.
Now listen, Chef is finally hooked up here, and like I said, we're coming out in Murrells Inlet. We're gonna do some flounder fishing, and you know, Chef's throwing artificial, I'm throwing live bait, throwing menhaden, and Chef, does it feel good? Big, small, whatever?
Bigger than the last one.
Bigger than the last one? Well, that's saying a lot, considering we hadn't caught one, you know, until now. This is the first fish. Oh, Chef, that's a good one. That's a nice one. He won't find the grease, but still not a bad fish. But you're starting to ruin our numbers there, buddy. Look at that. Hey, I think we've decided that they don't really have a specific color that they like. Boy, did he eat that thing. You said they're hitting it hard, didn't you?
Yes.
They're throwing these voodoos. Oh, there we go. That color is just beautiful. And I love the chartreuse tail in here. This is your natural color. Just throwing a natural, and you know, both of them are getting some respect and some love right there. And speaking of respect and love, let's let, you know, this fish up until 2 years ago would have been well inside legal until we made the most recent of changes, which was the 16 inches, and it's made a big difference. You can talk to most of the anglers, most of the guys, like right down from us, one of the best guys in Murrells Inlet, Captain Dan Conley down there. We've seen a huge difference with the changes. And of course, all of you guys in North Carolina, I know you're going through nightmares up there with your fishery and trying to get a flounder season opened back up. I hope it happens. I hope you guys do get back more than what, a week or whatever you've been getting. But you know, we're gonna sit here, and I'm working a mud bank right here. Tide's rising, been rising for about an hour. And Chef's throwing these double voodoo tandem rig up along there, working down, and I'm floating an adjustable bobber with a menhaden on it, live bait, which we caught earlier. And you know, we love catching our own bait when we get out there, but when you're in Murrells Inlet, check out Inlet Rocks Bait and Tackle, right there on 17, just up from the landing. Take care of all your bait needs to get you set up. But you don't know what kind of bait you need unless you know what's biting.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Powerpole, total boat control. Balls Out, made in the USA, heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on what powers you.
Here we go. There we go. Look at there. All right. Hey. Hey, Chef, you might actually want to bring the net over here. Finally, the bobber has given me the signs that look, well, like it could be a fish. Oh, there we go.
He's on there.
Finally. You know, it's rare fishing live bait versus artificial side by side in the world of flounder. This is a good fish. This is a good fish. I'm telling you, and the reason I know, I don't think he's come off the bottom yet. Oh, wow.
Can you see him yet?
Wow. I mean, it feels like a good one. It might not be. Hey, by the way, you know, considering I don't catch many, oh, it's a good one.
Nice.
Oh, it's a good one. There we go. Yep, I'll lead him to you, buddy. You put it in the water, and we'll let him, you want to lift up, and we'll let him swim in, hopefully. Here we go. There we go. Look at there. All right. Hey, I told you the old bobber world, the old adjustable depth bobber rig. I mean, I've been talking about it in my Carolinas report for, God, 10 years.
Beautiful.
Boy, you feel that?
Beautiful. Wow.
Feel how chunky that is, Chef?
That would be a nice,
Hey, what?
nice dinner.
So if we're gonna cook flounder, Chef,
Yep.
what's your go-to recipe? Now you got to remember, we're covering everywhere. We got people out southwest. We got you know, down south. Your go-to?
My motto is keep it simple, stupid.
That's it. That's it.
I knew it. I would do like a white wine, garlic, piccata.
Okay.
With those nice, fresh, beautiful fillets that would come off of there.
Yeah.
Let the fish do the talking on your plate.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some really nice, good
Nice.
plays. I think
Perfect.
to come off of there. Y'all, Chef Richard Florzak, all about fishing.
Yep.
Talking about fishing.
Talking about food.
Talking about
podcast.
food and fishing. Hang
Yeah.
on. Today we're talking about fishing. All right. Podcast, give a listen to it. Wonderful, wonderful content. He's here at the Grand Strand, covers a lot of the restaurants and anything associated with eateries and food.
Anything about food.
You know, the cool thing about food is we all can relate to it.
And everybody loves talking about it.
Yeah, we do. Well, look at that. Oh yeah, give me some loving.
And that is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back there and get him in live well. And I'll tell you what, hopefully we'll share a link so you can go watch his podcast. But you know we got some links, and what's coming up next are the reports on your body of water. Let's go see what's happening, see what you gotta make sure you have in the boat when you head out to go catch them.
Hey guys, Casey O'Donnell coming to you from Lake Guntersville for your Southeast fishing report. As the bass have pushed out to more vertical structure in the summer, a lot of those fish are going to trickle back into the grass that we have on Guntersville. The best way to catch them in the early summer months is to flip a big 1 ounce Strike King Hack Attack jig. I love pairing that up with a Rage Menace. My favorite color on Guntersville is watermelon candy. This is a really good way to catch a bunch of fish and big fish. If you want to learn more about my setup, rod, reel, line, what I look for when I'm flipping this jig, and an 8-pounder I caught, go to Casey O'Donnell on YouTube. I give it all away.
All right, folks, well, I'll tell you what, you know, it's a pleasure fishing with good friends, and it's a pleasure to have somebody else on the show with me. Of course, you know, with Let's Fish TV, it's normally Andrew, myself, or whoever hosting, out there enjoying the water by ourselves. But having a good friend out on the water has been a pleasure today, even though, you know, you did put a spanking on me for the most part. But you got to tell me, so celebrities that you cooked for: Mel Gibson, Tom Cruise,
Jennifer Garner, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep. And now you were with Mel for a while.
13 years. Yeah.
13 years.
Yeah, best job I ever had.
Did you, were you with him during the show they filmed here in South Carolina?
Yeah, that was when I started with them in, when he was doing The Patriot.
Yeah, The Patriot,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that was my introduction to South Carolina.
Was it through
Yeah,
him?
yeah, absolutely, and absolutely loved it right from the start.
Well, how do you like fishing here?
Oh, does it get any better than
No, it
this?
doesn't.
Especially
You know,
with you.
Well, listen, every week I tell you guys about Murrells Inlet, and this is our, you know, beautiful little paradise here. It's very small. We have a lot of people here. A lot of people moving here, like my good friend Richard, which we want more people like Richard to move here. But, you know, what is a really funny, or is there anything funny and quick that you can tell us about Mel Gibson?
That he is the funniest guy that you'd ever want to meet. I was doing this dinner party for him one time. I think it was $350 worth of prime filet mignon on the barbecue, and he comes into the kitchen and he starts telling me jokes, and nobody can tell a joke like Mel Gibson, and I am dying laughing. I look up and the barbecue's on fire. I had to run out there, and he goes, "Boy, it looks like you got a problem on your hands." He starts laughing and leaves the kitchen.
Man, you know what? You just think back to all the movies, and he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, he is truly just one of the best actors.
I'll tell you.
But he's a great person.
Oh, best boss I ever had, and I'll tell you something real quickly. In the private chef world, there's this sort of unwritten rule. You last 2 years. Either they get tired of you or you get tired of them. 13 years with him, and I can tell you it wasn't because they couldn't live without my food. They're just good, decent people. Yeah.
And you were with Tom Cruise during Mission Impossible?
First Mission Impossible, Jerry Maguire, Interview with the Vampire. Yeah, we were all over the world. Yeah, we were in Prague. And
that sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? You come cook for me now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, we get to hang out. We do a radio show every Saturday, Trilogy Outdoors radio show, and we have a great time. You listen on iHeart, but let's see what we got going on here. I have got let me talk to you about my rig, and real quick we'll show them your rig. So what I'm doing, I talked about the adjustable depth bobber rig, and then I've got the Manhattan on here. Manhattan with teeth marks, by the way. Oh boy, look at there. Yeah, so all I've got is about a 2-foot piece of 25-pound fluorocarbon. You know, 20 is probably plenty, 15 plenty, but with all the oysters, you know, we always talk about it. Let's go a little bit thicker, and I'm actually using a circle hook. I know it's rare for me, but doing the TV thing, I wanted to do a circle hook. That way I give them plenty of time to eat. You know, we got to get ready when we get bites and stuff. So, and then I'm using a 1/2-ounce egg sinker today. So basically from there down is a Carolina rig. And then I have these new hollow bobbers that I'm using where I run my line through it, and then I put a bead here, and you know, it makes a little extra noise when it hits.
Is that what it's for, the
that
noise?
Is. Yeah. Well, now this one also is to stop with that bobber stopper, which we've got right here. And that bobber stopper is how I control the depth. And the reason this works really good with flounder is covering area. That's the whole thing, and reason that Captain Jason Burton and I started using this rig for flounder was when you got a charter with 5 people on it. Like, only so many people can fish around the boat if you're in a lot of current. So we were rigging up 2 of these and letting those guys drift. And most of the time, they were the ones that would find the fish. Mm-hmm. So we would rotate away, move away, and let people take turns.
Yeah, and that stopper up here is adjustable.
That's right.
And so you adjust it.
It just slides up and down. Yep.
That easy.
There's all all different kinds. I know, you know, with the micro guides, and of course our friends at Lew's make some incredible rods, but with those micro guides, it's really tough. And let's talk about your rig. Of course, you're holding the Lew's rod right there, and one of my favorites. But what he is throwing is, I call a tandem voodoo rig. And what I've done is an overhand surgeon's loop up here, dropper loop, whatever you want to call it there. And then I've run a 4-inch. We've got 2 4-inches voodoos. And I really like, you know, we were on the phone earlier with somebody asking if they do, you know, if I do a smaller one on top. I think in current like this, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Where he was talking about, if you throw the same weighted bait out there in less current, it's just going to sink so, you know, quick. And so you got your bait sitting side by side.
Right.
But at least with this way, throw it in that current, the way it's been moving, you know, it's keeping them separated.
And I noticed you have 2 different colors. Why is that?
You know what? Honestly, if it ain't chartreuse, there ain't no use. That's my philosophy. Yeah. And so I want to always have something out there that's got chartreuse, and that yellowtail is just that. Now the natural color, I think you're about an even split. I think if we go back and look, I think it was an even split.
Yes, it was.
But did you notice that I think these were like down the throat, like on every single one of them, they ate it like it was, you know, dinner. So I really think that made the, you know, makes the biggest difference, and that's really what they wanted right there. But the flounder are so thick in here right now, and you know, I can't say enough about Murrells Inlet. Our fishery is incredible. For the amount of boats that we have here, amount of people out every single day, and then to, you know, come out and know that you're gonna catch fish.
How many charter boats?
58 licensed charter boats
Here in Murrells
as of
Inlet.
2 years ago. I don't even want to know. I think we'll all.
We still catch fish.
Exactly. We catch fish. We do.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system. Alabama beaches. You'll get it when you get here. Fish tips. Connect with the experts to find fish fast.
You know, you're going to always see me. I love these mock smashes. This is my go-to combo. Let's see what we got here. Come on, man. I'll tell you what, it's my turn. My turn. Might be the bottom. It's starting to look like the bottom, but then, you know, every time I think it's the bottom, then it makes a move. I don't know. It's so much slack out. That's the thing about this, floating this bobber through here, and the current's picked up. What it does is drags that slack. Yeah, definitely not a fish. Look where my bait is, look. That's what happens. See? All right.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Strike King, Tie One On, Glacier Outdoor, outdoors since 1982, Deep Dive, Decode Your Lake. Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey, all right, so our Academy Sports tackle moment, I'll tell you what, you know, you're going to always see me. I love these mock smashes. This is my go-to combo. I love the crushes for the spinning rods. We'll use those also, and those would have been great today, but I'm just rigging this up. I've got 30-pound braid on here, using 20-pound fluorocarbon, and then this adjustable depth rig with the adjustable bobber on it is key. The rubber stopper up the rig keeps it at the right depth, and this rod will get it done. We love going there. Hey, go to Academy Sports. You can find anything we used on the show today.